Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I got my partner in the building with me. Before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to James Johnson, man. I was talking to James, man, yesterday, and he was telling me that, yeah, man, I be checking out the show, man. I heard Christnu on there, man, dropping that sign. So I say, yeah, that's what's up. Well, I say, man, for you, man, we're going to bring him back then. You know what I mean? To drop some more metaphysics. So that's definitely what's up, man, to everybody out there that's listening, man. We getting into a topic, man, as you know, dealing with how they put metaphysics and truth in movies. And I wanted him to expound on the Candyman movie based out of Chicago and break down some of the metaphysics within that movie. And as we get started, though, I would like you all to check him out tomorrow. That is, what date is that? That would be May the 9th. May 9th. You can call in at 563-999-3738 to check out Brother Jamal's show. And that's tomorrow. That's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once again, that number is 563-999-3738. And it's definitely going down. But Brother Christnu, man, I'd like to welcome you to the show, brother. Definitely going down.
Going down. What's going on, Brother Black?
Oh, man, definitely. We want to get them in tune with the Candyman.
Okay.
And the movie Candyman, and how you pointed out Elm Street also is in Chicago, which blew my mind because we all saw the movie Nightmare on Elm Street. But there you go, man, on Elm. I'm looking at the video, Elm Street,
right,
you know.
Right in front of Cabrini Green.
Right in front of Cabrini Green.
Tore it down.
Yeah, before they tore it down. Where JJ used to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, good time.
Dynamite.
Oh, man. Woo. And that's a story on Dynamite. Man, he can't even say Dynamite now. They got a patent on that. He can't even say JJ, he say Dynamite Day Store. That's what they scratched the man, and he made it famous.
Yeah.
So you think you better not say Dynamite?
Yeah.
Come on, man. But Candyman, what is that in relations to or reference to as far as African deity or whatnot?
Well, Candyman, we want to do some correspondence on it. We can correspond him with Dionysus, even though that's Greek. So we can correspond him in the Apollo pantheon with Siete Rayos. Siete Rayos, one of his color frequencies is red, which represents the menses or the menstrual cycle. Whenever they talk about, these blood rituals and they talk about, with the animals, that's ancient African tradition. There's another aspect to it because really, to my understanding, because our ancestors already utilized those forms of energy in that particular way, that it had that part of, let's say, this whole experiment of life has been accomplished. We've we put that into play. That's already in motion. So the next phase is that if you start studying, the menses and the connection to the moon, and the menstrual cycle, then you could take it from there. Go check out Brother Panic has a whole lecture on the menstrual cycle, the menses, the connection to the moon, and how you could utilize these particular aspects and these forms of energy to your advantage. When you ready, when you get into some deep, some deep things that you're not gonna hear about, some taboo things, because when you talk about the occult is just hidden culture. It just means something that's hidden. They used to call melanin occultum, OCCULTUM, before they started calling it melanin, because they're just talking about a hidden substance.
Right.
So when you see, these black liquid substances show up in movies like, what was that movie? A lot of movies. The movie Babadook, for example.
Yeah, Babadook,
At the end of the movie, the European lady, she was coughing up this black liquid substance.
Yeah.
Well, the people that know the symbology, they know that that's just melanin.
Right.
She was just getting that, and the whole Babadook character was, representing the aspect of melanin and carbon, and the same thing with Candyman. He's coming from the dark side of the underworld of the subconscious. responses, so you can correspond them with Heru in the sense of, because Siete Reyes in the Palo de Congo aspect is Heru in the Kemetic pantheon.
Okay, and the movie Lucy, where she got up to 100% of her brain capacity, and she turned into melanin. And then she was able to go into the computer systems and become one with the numbers and that energy and electricity, or the numbers. What is that? Is that rudiment, the 001001?
Binary.
Yeah, binary code. She became that for melanin, and they was breaking that down. And then something else you had touched on, I just seen. What you just was talking about. Not the Centaureos. What you were saying on the
not the Dionysus or.
Keep going.
Okay, yeah, the Dionysus, that's your Heru. That's where the word hero, superhero comes from Heru.
And the Congo.
Horus, and the Congo.
The Congo.
Right.
Bam,
Congo
okay.
Aspect, right.
I'm getting to the Congo. Man, I'm looking at the Congo, right?
Okay.
And the Kong, and they got the King Kong. Then they got Congress.
Right.
They got the Congo.
Right.
The Congolese.
Right.
Viet Cong, if we said that. I'm trying to, what is it with the Kong?
Interesting. So to me, it sounds like another case of where they've taken something. Now, this is where Brother Jamal is great when it comes to etymology, so I'm sure he could break down, con. I know in Espanol it means with. But when you look at how Europeans have this history of when it comes to things that come from us, that they put a derogatory spin on it. So you got the con, like what you were saying about King Kong, but then you got con artists. Then you got conceited and things of that nature. Just like what when I think it was El Haj Malik El Sabaz I was talking about, and I think Muhammad Ali talking about devil's food cake, and then it's black, and the angel food cake is white.
Right.
Dark is considered negative in all these movies, and the light or the white is right.
It's good.
Right. So they they got a habit of doing that, playing subconscious mind games.
Right, but and you're right, but you know what though, bruh? Check this out, man. I believe that that means that he is on his job.
That's a fact.
He is being who he is, and we want him to be other than himself. And he's showing us better than he can tell us, this is what I do, baby. I ain't changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I noticed that, especially with, and I hate to bring it up, but the young brother in Dallas, 15-year-old brother who was shot by the police with a shotgun, who was leaving the party, and they shot the 15-year-old. And the police lied and said that they were put the car in reverse, was trying to run him over, but the video showed that they were actually moving forward away from the officer, but the officer shot into the car, killed the brother, right? And so I'm saying, man, but the response is, when will the police and white police officers see the black male as their equal or give them the respect that they deserve?
They won't.
That's
not their job. Right. Their job, they are policy enforcers. Literally, their job is to enforce the policy, enforce the UCC, the USC, enforce the rules and regulations of the business. The business, it ain't personal. The business don't care about your personal feelings. It's about making bread, by getting resources, power, and wealth. And that's it. And so the protocol for the policy enforcers is to, when it comes to the way that they have set up, when you look at Federal Directive number 15, and when you look up the term black, and when it comes to our people and what they call color of law, and how black is synonymous with criminal. So whenever they put you under these races, and when it comes to religion and things of this nature, they're talking about your status. So if you're within a certain status or a certain box or a certain classification, then their protocol is that you're the first to go. You're the first to go, so they can make, that profit, get those resources and that power up off of you. So they're doing their job, just like what you just said earlier. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. You don't try to change motherfuckers. You get your own, get your own nation, deal in self-determination, get your own reserve, to dispatch just in case, you need somebody needs some assistance out there, and that's how you move. You don't look at these people. These people are micromanaging, they supervising us. We grown.
Right.
We got children, we got families. We don't need nobody supervising over us and micromanaging us.
That is absolutely correct. We have the mentality, the knowledge, we have the strength, the power, the physical capability of producing what we need for ourselves, or let's say as an individual first. As an individual first, you have the inner God or the inner self to call into existence what you need to sustain you and benefit you with whatever type of success you want to seek with on this planet. But the problem is not we, but the problem is that person who looks to his left or to his right at someone to be their caretaker or to mold them into what they desire to be, but they look into the European to give them permission or approval to be it. That's why in the scriptures, Jesus was telling them, "Ye are all gods." You know what I mean?
Right.
Son of the Most High God.
Right.
Greater things you can do that I've done if only you believe. Basically telling you that if you got the spirits in you, you can actually accomplish what you will with the tools that was given to you by this universal creator. So I guess shows like this and today, and when Brother Christnu is speaking upon the metaphysics and things, it's a tool, it's a base, it's inspirational as well, but it's something to give you an example that you can build. Don't fear. Don't get choked out on fear, because fear is the opposite of what God created, or universal God, or why you here. You're not here to be afraid and be backed in a corner and not move forward. You're here to move forward, to learn, and then create in different periods in time out of the knowledge that you gathered at that time. Then you produce it forward as you get older, you produce more, and then you see the results, and you keep moving, you keep building, and then those that come up behind you, you blazing the path for them, whether you know it or not. But you doing it off of knowledge. You studying, you showing your thyself approved. So we moving forward, definitely. And look, before we get out of here, once again, I got to shout this out to you all, because I want you to check out Brother Jamal and his show. Make sure you call in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The number is 563-999-3738. Make sure you call that number and listen. And Brother Christnu is going to be on the phone going over, what's the topic? What's the title? Topic subject y'all speaking upon?
We're speaking on, let me see, because I got a note here just so I can be right and exact on this here. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Money, mysticism, and manifestation. He told me that's the title of the show.
Money, mysticism, and manifestation.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't beat that topic.
Yeah.
You cannot beat that topic, because what is money?
Currency, current, electricity, water. That's masculine and feminine principle together.
And this is coming from Abdul Razak. Okay? Because during the election time, he was breaking down electricity, Washington, D.C. votes, the polls, positive, negative polls, and all the and you would hear Trump tell Hillary that she has low energy, or she got low currency. He's saying, I got high energy, meaning I can touch the base and pull them up with my energy. That's how he got in. She didn't have the electrical current flowing through her She didn't have enough votes to reach out and electrify the people. Right. So when you say money and currency and current, it all ties together.
That's a fact. And then also, the U.S., their definition of money was silver and gold.
Right.
Silver is feminine principle, gold is masculine principle. Once again, and they know this science. They're well aware of it because we taught it to them.
But now we got to figure out why did they go off the gold and silver standard and go to paper? Why did Woodrow Wilson, 1914, set the Federal Reserve Bank? Mm-hmm. What we got to see what is how can you sustain an economic base on out of thin air? Because I heard of one politician say that we're not one of the nations that currency is backed by gold anymore.
Right. It's the U.S. corporation is backed by manpower, backed by the people being like you see on the X-Files or certain movies where these people be in these pods and they just getting energy just sucked out of them. So when a baby is born, they automatically calculate that child is going to be able to produce a certain amount of manpower. So there is a certain number, a certain value when it comes to that birth certificate, which is a contract, and it gets traded on the world market. So when we come of age and we come into these workplaces, we produce manpower. That's resources. That's power, weapon, resources for them. When it comes to the military, that's manpower. That's another, indispensable resource. When it comes to being able to stand on a certain level of the game when you're talking internationally compared to other nations. So yeah, it's based on manpower. When I say manpower, I'm talking about both men and women.
Men and women. Men and women, i.e. slave power. God damn. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, bro.
But, hey, ain't no stopping us now. We on the move.
We on the
Hey, going down, call in tomorrow. Check out Brother Jamal's show, Christnu. We getting ready to get out of here. And once again, before we get out of here, man, 563-999-3738. Y'all check it out. It's definitely going down, man. I appreciate you for having me on the show. And anything you like to add before we catch out.
Oh, yeah, and also shout out to Dr. Aline Bay, who I met in Atlanta. Humble, genius, brother. Brother Jamal is actually on First World Order Radio. The show tomorrow is on First World Order Radio. That's Dr. Aline Bay's platform. So shout out to the God, for just blessing our game with knowledge, so we can apply for understanding.
On that note, man, which is a great note, we out.
Yeah.